It's showtime! It's showtime! It's showtime! It's showtime!
It's showtime!
It's showtime!
What is this?
Hello? Anybody home? Hey, think McFly.
Think.
Price is wrong, bitch.
Pardon my French, but you're an asshole.
Dude, where's my car? Where's your car, dude?
First, take a big step back and literally
Fuck your own face!
21 gigawatts!
Recorded at Epic Studios, Cleveland, Ohio. You're listening to the Epic Radio Show with Epic, Goldie, and Tokar. Only on YouTube. Subscribe today.
Hey everybody, what's going on? I am your host, Epic. We have a great show for you guys today. We have a special guest by the name of Thomas McFall. He's generated a great Twitter following. We also got tons of stuff to talk about, so we're going to go right into it. But first, I am Epic, your host. And then we have right here, Goldie. Say what's up, Goldie.
Hey.
And then we got Tokar in the house.
Here. I'm going to behave today.
You're going to behave?
Oh, damn.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Sounds
It's going to be
kinda
a good show.
Sounds kind of
It's going to be a good show when he behaves. At least, I won't be pulling my hair out.
What hair?
Shut the fuck up.
Awesome!
So did you guys hear about this Facebook dating thing?
What Facebook dating thing?
So Mark Zuckerberg had a conference here, I think it was this past week. He's doing something called Facebook dating, where, trying to compete with all these dating sites.
Tokar, that's your chance.
That's right, Tokar.
Yeah, it'll work out. See?
Yeah. He's doing a bunch of changes to the profile to include that within the profile. And also he's doing some updates to security, obviously. What do you guys think about that? Like, with all the bullshit going on with dating websites now, he wants to get into the mix of that.
I'll tell you, the problem with, I had with dating websites is a lot of them are not real profiles.
Yeah. Well, that's like that with...
Catfish.
Yeah, exactly. Catfish.
I wouldn't say catfish, but I would say they want to get you to go to some website or something
They're
called...
advertising, like, good-looking men and women, and then you get on there and everybody's busted.
Hell yeah.
No, it's not that in that sense. It's a sense where...
You get people that look like me.
They want you to sign
look
up.
like me. Sorry.
They want you to sign up for something like Kick, or I don't even know what Kick is. And
Are you, like, kind of like a Tinder, like you have to connect it to something? Is that what you're saying? I don't know what you're saying.
No, what it is, it's a fake person. It's like pictures of models. It's not even that person who's in
Yeah, you're saying like false advertisement. They show good-looking people, and then you get on there, and it's not them people.
No, it's probably some guy in, like, Nigeria or some other country, maybe, and...
So why did it gotta be Nigeria, though?
Because Nigeria has the most scammers.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Nigeria and Pakistan.
But I'm just using that as an example. I'm not... No offense to Nigerians, but...
I won't offend them. Hell yeah, they have a lot of fucking scammers. I've caught a lot of them. I always report their profiles when they try to message me.
And then, you do have the catfish. You have women that are insecure about themselves, and they alter their image.
That's crazy, man. So there's another thing, too, I wanted to talk about. Flat Earthers.
Oh, are we on that again?
Yes. Because they had a
Flat
conference.
Earthers strike again.
Yeah. They just came out with a new theory about why their flat Earth works. And it's called the Pac-Man theory.
Oh, Lord.
So basically, they described it as, like, you know how in Pac-Man... when you go into one side of the map and then you come out the other, it's like that. Basically. That's what they're trying to say.
Wait, what?
Alright.
Run that by me again?
Have you ever played Pac-Man?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know how there's little openings on the side of the map?
Yeah.
When you go in the right, you come back in the left. That's how they think the world works.
So you can have your body halfway.
Yeah,
towards
that's
the
what
edge
I'm saying.
and
Like you
halfway
would think that's kind of like how that would work, but like you would just disappear halfway through or something. Like it doesn't pan out very well.
And
Plus,
how does that work? How does that effect work? What is it based on? Did they explain that?
that's what I'm saying. I think they just made that shit up.
I think they're just trying to stay like in the spotlight.
Relevant, yeah. Well, it's just kind of retarded because Pac-Man's a fucking video game. Like, how does Pac-Man have a real-world application? Like, when did that start?
Can I tell you something about, like, I took a philosophy of science class.
Yeah.
And in a philosophical sense, you can argue that the Earth is flat if you wanted to. And you can make all your arguments. But what it comes down to, in, like, science, the simplest explanation is the best explanation. And so the simplest explanation about the Earth is that it's round. Because you have to if you say it's flat, you can argue it and make sense, but you have to add all these other arguments, all these exception to rules, and all these...
Well, the thing is, they're just throwing their opinion out there. They don't have any proof. Like, we have actual proof that the Earth is round. They just don't believe it.
They can argue against it.
Dude, first off, every other planet,
just so little to
the
people.
sun, everything else around us is round. So, why the fuck would the sun be round, the moon be round, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, all this other shit be round? Well, we're the only flat motherfuckers here? A lot of people...
Who knows if they even believe that those are round?
Well, another thing, too, like, a lot of these flat earthers, they actually... They're trying to do a more literal Bible... what's the word? Like, help me out, Goldie.
I don't know.
Like translation, okay? So they're saying, okay,
Biblical
God made Earth for us, so it would make sense if we were on a flat Earth. That doesn't make any fucking sense, though.
Why would God give us a flat Earth? What does that have to do with God?
That's what I said. It doesn't matter.
Some people don't even believe in God.
I am on the fence myself.
I mean, I just don't care, to each their own, but
yeah.
I don't know. These people are weird.
Tokar?
No, like I said, they can argue that, but the problem is they're going to have all these explanations, and they have to modify their theory all the time, and it happens in science, like these type of arguments. Yeah. But the one argument that's most acceptable in science is the simplest explanation that explains the most amount of data.
Gotcha.
So,
wait, we need to go back to Debbie Goodwin's conversation.
Oh yeah, Debbie,
you should find that. You should have found that. I mean, she had a pretty good argument.
She pushed a shopping cart, and well, guess what? Maybe that goes against Debbie's argument, because if she pushed a shopping cart, it'll go back again to her.
That's what she said. So she said the Earth was flat, flat. Because it doesn't come back to her.
But they're arguing that it would now.
Shut up.
I
have no idea.
I'm so confused.
Tokar, no, they're not.
You said they said it was like the Pac-Man effect now, right?
Yeah.
So if it is the Pac-Man effect...
Yeah, but at one edge to the other, not like 2 feet in front of you, because obviously we're not at the edge of the Earth.
But say if Debbie was at the edge of the Earth, right?
Their theory doesn't make sense. I see what Tokar's saying. If you're at the edge of the Earth, and then you move to the other side, and you get to the other side, it would be round. You wouldn't fall off.
Well... that's my point I'm trying to make.
I can't deal with these people.
I know, they're so confusing. And, like, they make no sense.
I'm confused and I love Caitlyn Jenner, and I don't have anything against transgenders. I'm confused. Okay, she's dating now a 21-year-old female, I think, that used to be a male.
What?
Or a male that used to be a female. I don't know. I'm confused by that. Can someone help me out here?
You know, I always wondered about that too.
How does this work? And I don't care, because I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you're straight. I still love you. I don't care. I'm just confused. I think she's dating a woman. So, is she a lesbian?
That's what I always wondered that, because, like, you know, if you're a dude, okay, and you become a female,
fair, all of us are not against transgenders.
Me either. But if you're a dude and you become a female, right?
Yeah.
And then you're with a female that becomes a male, aren't you just straight again?
I'm so confused.
Does that make sense?
So, and if I become a man and you become a woman,
Yeah.
and then we start dating, wouldn't it have been like kind of redundant in the first? I don't know.
Exactly.
Definitely a Tokar question.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
We'll have to don't
answer that.
Speak. No,
Yeah.
let him answer later.
No, okay. That's hilarious. Well, we're going to take a break. When we get back, we are going to interview Thomas McFall. Keep it locked right here on the Epic Radio Show. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Epic Music Radio. And Instagram, Epicness216. We almost got 500 followers on Instagram. We need to.
Wow, that much?
We need to step our Instagram game up. We don't hardly post on there at all. Well, I do with our guest. You know, like I promote our guests on there.
Selfies, I guess.
There you go. You know, whatever floats your boat, Goldie. But keep it locked right here, and we will return. Alright, give him
He's
a call.
cute.
Dude, this dude, he's gonna help our following, dude. Look how this story that he told, right? Okay, welcome back. On the line, we have Thomas McFall. Hey, Thomas. Can you hear me?
How's it going?
Hey, what's going on?
Do you have a delay?
Hey, could you, Joseph, I could barely hear you.
I can barely hear you also. Give me 1 second. Jeez.
It was like 10 seconds ago.
Is it because of the speaker?
Yes.
Oh my God! Why do you keep doing that?
Doing that? I'm sorry. I work with a tow car. Now, how about now?
Does it work?
No, I
All right.
Oh yeah, big difference.
Thank you. Yeah, sorry about that, man.
No problem.
Jesus. So, he's a student in at a Youngstown University, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Now, the reason why he's gained so much attention is he actually told a story on his Twitter, which has actually gained over 400,000 likes, 235,000 retweets, 3,000 comments. I was just wondering if you would like to share your story on the air right now.
Yeah, of course. So the story starts out as I was in my management class, and it's an early class. It's like an 8 a.m. class. And, anybody who's been to college, they know that nobody really wants to go to an 8 a.m. class. Nobody wants to be there. So
Exactly.
for the entire semester, I sat in the seat close to the door, and this one foreign exchange student sat next to me. Good student, pretty quiet guy for the most part. With thick accent, usual foreign exchange student.
Gotcha.
And, every morning I'd come in dead tired because it's an 8 a.m. class, and he'd always be uppity, always giving me high fives, always telling me we're going to have a great class.
Aww.
But, I guess the story starts out is, I walked into class, and every single morning he would have on, the seat that I sat in, his books, his phone, his lunch bag, his papers, like everything. And, I always figured, I was like, well, he's just putting it there so he has somewhere to put his stuff. And every time I walked in, he'd clear it off. A little bit annoying because I'd have to wait for my seat, but it didn't really bother me that much.
Yeah.
So towards the end of the semester, I came to class, and I was standing outside sending a quick text before I went in.
Yeah.
And another student went in before me, and I could see out of the corner of my eye and hear it. That student that went in late was going to sit in my seat, and the foreign exchange student that had sat next to me had told him, you can't sit here. My good friend Tom sits here. and I had realized, I can't believe I didn't realize it before. It seems obvious now looking back, but he was stacking his stuff there on purpose every single day to save my seat.
Aww.
And that's pretty much the whole story. It's the point of the story is to take other people's perspectives into account, because from my perspective, he was just some guy that sat next to me that stacked his stuff on my seat. That's it.
Yeah.
But from his perspective, that I was like his only friend in the class that communicated with him.
And he was saving your seat to sit by him.
Yeah, exactly.
I love this story.
Well, also, there's actually a little bit more to that story, because you actually took him out too.
Oh yeah, I did. After that, I did ask him, if he wanted to get a bite to eat after class, and we went out to a local sandwich shop near the university, and we talked for a little bit. It turns out he moved here from the United Arab Emirates. He's a foreign exchange student from there. He has a wife, 2 kids back home.
Oh, wow.
So he works. He actually didn't mention where he works here, but he works here and lives here, and he sends all of his extra money back home to his family to support them. And he goes and lives with them in the summer. I think he's 3 years into his bachelor's degree.
Nice.
Awesome. And it's kind of interesting to me that you got so much attention for this, and nowadays it's weird because you don't hear a lot of stories like this.
It seems like negative stories get more attention than these beautiful positive stories.
Exactly. So that's why I found it very interesting that even though this wasn't really necessarily a big deal for you, everybody else kind of latched onto this story and either used it as inspiration, and you've actually got some backlash. You want to talk a little bit about that too? I find that's kind of interesting how there's a lot of people out there that are kind of hating on you right now.
Oh my God, please tell me why.
Oh yeah, like you said, the story received an enormous amount of attention, and obviously I never knew it was going to get that big. I've received on Twitter alone 3,000 or 4,000 direct messages. A lot of them are positive. A lot of them are just saying, "Hey, good story, keep it up," and that's great. But I've gotten I've gotten a lot of messages telling me that I'm racist, that I'm a white supremacist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gotten hundreds of death threats.
Can we say people are reaching for something to be offended and pissed off about?
Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely think that's the case.
Well, I saw this post that you actually this tweet where somebody was trying to get you some sexy time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I've gotten some weird DMs too. Yeah. I've gotten
a few of those how many retweets for you to go to prom with me DMs.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Wow. That is hilarious.
How many retweets do we need to have you on the show?
Hey, I'm in Hubbard. You guys are only in Cleveland. I go up to Cleveland for work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we should all hang out sometime.
That's right.
Absolutely. I'd absolutely be up for
10
that.
retweets, would you hang out with us? It would probably never happen. So you don't even have to obligate yourself to this.
Yeah, of course.
Well, it's funny because I was reading some of the negative tweets, and like some of their point of views are just skewed because like I read this one specific one that stuck out in my mind to where they were saying, oh, well, why didn't you try to learn his language?
My God. You know how hard that would be? Yeah. I'm married to an Arabic guy, and I cannot learn that language that easily.
I think he speaks Arabic, too.
It's an extremely difficult language to learn. I don't know if you saw the tweet I posted before, but I had mentioned that I spent a part of my life, a short time living in China for a little bit. And, it was an extremely difficult time because nobody was learning English for me. I had to learn Chinese.
Right.
And it's an extremely difficult and complicated language.
Well, my toddler's not even speaking because of it. Because she's learning English and Arabic, she can't even speak. She can understand. She can't even speak yet. So,
exactly.
Arabic, the Asian language, Chinese, and English, they're just so different and complex.
Yeah, exactly. And, it's unfortunate because a lot of the negative feedback I've received is, I'm sure you guys have seen it, but a lot of individuals are asking for like a GoFundMe to be started or some kind of public funding campaign for this foreign exchange student.
Oh, yeah. And in fact, if you tweet me that GoFundMe, I will post it on our page.
But does he even want to GoFundMe?
Well,
Are these people going to make him feel uncomfortable? Like he doesn't seem like he's poor or having a hard time struggling in life. He just happens to be in another country.
Yeah, that
getting an education.
Strange, yeah. Now that I think about it,
and so why he might not even want this? I mean, he might be embarrassed.
I mentioned the tweet to him and I showed him, what went on, and the reason I haven't said his name on air or mentioned his specific name in the tweets is because he's seen the amount of death threats I've gotten and the amount of crazy things that have happened, and he doesn't really want anything to do with that.
No, I understand that. Yeah, I understand that.
And all he was being a good friend, and you were sharing a nice story to tell people, hey, reach out sometimes, and then people just, whoever's sending these death threats, you suck.
Yeah,
they're insane. They're just insane.
You suck the life out of everybody and everything, and just kill yourself.
Oh my God. What I find interesting too is the fact that that this went viral. Like, how does that make you feel? Like,
yeah, no one's asking you about your feelings.
I mean, it's just. I'm sure you've heard it before. It's just a crazy feeling because prior to that tweet, my Twitter account only had about 200 followers, 90% of which were just personal friends of mine.
Yeah.
I don't even have that many friends. I have like 10 followers after like 5
personal
years.
Friends, people I went to high school with, that kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
But, posting the tweet, I was like, I'm just going to post the story because it'll be, just a small story I could share with my friends.
Exactly.
And when I went on Twitter the next day and I saw it had like 1,000 likes and 300 retweets, I was like, wow, this tweet really went big time.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was even going to get even bigger. It got really crazy because one night I still had my notifications for Twitter turned on. And I remember waking up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, my phone had vibrated off of my dresser and across the floor of my room.
I know, that's insane. I couldn't even imagine just tweeting a story that happens in everyday life. Because, even as an artist or us with the show or whatever, there's nothing that we fucking post that actually goes viral. Dude.
No, not a damn thing.
You know what I'm saying? Not a damn thing.
And you guys actually make meaningful content. I just post stupid things on Twitter.
That's what you want to call it. But, I guess what I want to end with this interview is there are positive things happening in the world, and if you open your eyes and actually look at the people around you, you can actually learn something.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for being on the show. If you do want to follow Thomas McFall, it's at Thomas 2_McFall.
3 underscores.
Is it 3? Wow, why
Yeah, it's
so
3.
many underscores?
Yeah, I know, it's hard to tell.
But yeah, definitely follow him. Follow him on
I'm
Twitter.
gonna try to find them on Twitter.
Yes.
I'm so technology illiterate. It's
yeah.
unbelievable.
As you can tell by our screw up already.
No, it's alright. I know, it shit happens.
I'm just kidding. That was Tokar's
The
fault.
phone
anyways.
has a sensor, and I guess
that wasn't me.
I know, that was a goal.
I had my hand over the sensor, and so the screen was black the whole time, so I couldn't.
Oh, wow. You're
I forget the
Tokar.
name of the sensor. I forget what they call it.
I love you so much, Tokar, but God. Oh, my God.
They have
okay.
it on the iPhones.
But thank you again, Thomas McFall. We'll try to keep you updated with how he's doing. And keep us updated on Twitter. Everybody loves your tweets anyways.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. Take care, man.
All right. Thank you for having me on the show. I really appreciate it.
It's no
Thank
problem
you.
at all.
All right, thanks.
All right. You guys have a good weekend.
You too.
All right, you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I don't even know how to find people on Twitter.
You literally.
I'm struggling over here.
Hey,
Actually, if you just look up his name,
That's what I was trying to do. Do I go?
Tom.
Where do I go?
Can you do this after show?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh man.
Driving me crazy.
These are the things that we deal with on a daily basis.
Shut up.
Happy Cinco de Mayo, by the way.
Yeah.
Arriba. And on that note, we are going to go into Would You Rather question. That was late. But anyways, would you rather wake up with the body of an 80-year-old but the mind of a 4-year-old, or the body of a 4-year-old but the mind of an 8-year-old?
Wait, say that again?
Would you rather wake up with the body of an 80-year-old but the mind of a 4-year-old, or the body of a 4-year-old but the mind of an 80-year-old? I will say.
Do I get to grow if I'm a 4-year-old?
I'm sorry? What?
Well, I suppose if you have a body of a 4-year-old, you'd just be a midget because you have the mind of an 80-year-old. I'm going to be the midget.
Yeah, me too. Tokar?
Oh, I'll be the 80-year-old with the mind of a 4-year-old.
Okay.
Because they'll think I'm senile or something.
Well, I think you would just talk pretty well. I don't know. Maybe you talk about the same.
I want
don't
to play
know.
the video game. Let me play the video game.
Yeah. Would you rather have 4 arms or a 3-foot-long tail? 4 arms.
4 arms would be nice.
I kind of want a tail.
Okay. Sweet. Get your science fiction on, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather get woken up by a taser every morning or get punched in the face every time you go to bed?
Punch in the face. That way I know I can
Ashley.
sleep well.
Because she always wants to punch me in the face.
Please not punch in the face when he gets sleep. Just wake me up with the taser.
Wake up with a taser. Okay. That was our Would You Rather questions. We are going to take a break. But before that, we have a prize for you guys to win today. We still have the Richard Hotchkiss CD. Bam. 21 tracks of country fucking fire. Also a signed autograph, poster, and a picture. Message us the code word Epic Show. One word. Epic Show. First one that does that will get the prize. We're going to go on break. When we get back, it's going to be crazy news and some other shit. Oh yeah, keep it locked right here on the Epic Radio Show. All right, welcome back, all. I just hit the goddamn mic. That was sweet.
I
can't even hear anything.
Oh man.
Hello?
Yes, dude. Chill.
Can anybody hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me
we
now?
could. Yes, they could hear us.
Yo, mama.
Okay, we're gonna go straight into crazy news, but first, I want to plug us again at Epic Music Radio on Twitter and Facebook. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube, and also follow us on Instagram, Epicness216, and don't forget Kev Campbell at the Inside Musicians Network on Facebook. He's got like 4,000, 5,000 people on that group now, so it is building. So I guess it's time for that motherfucking crazy news.
When crazy shit happens, the Epic Radio Show will be there to report and shit. It's time for crazy news.
Okay. So I don't know, maybe a lot of people have heard about this. In Oregon, deers are being impaled with arrows. On April 30th, Oregon State Police are seeking information on 2 deer found still living with arrows in their bodies, in one case through the animal's head.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they're still living?
Yeah, I think, I did find a video earlier this week, I don't know where it is now. They actually had video of the animal, like, crying. It sounded terrible. It was horrible.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so it says Facebook post that a trooper responded to a report of a deer with an arrow stuck through its body when searching in the Shady Cove area of Jackson County on Friday and found 2 of the animals suffering from similar predicaments. I mean, people suck.
Yeah, I mean,
the injuries to the deer aren't life-threatening, but they're walking around with these arrows in their body and they're probably hurt.
well, not only that, but I mean, like, if you're just shooting deer just to shoot them and not trying to kill them, like, obviously, if you're missing that bad, like, you should stop doing that shit.
In the article, it points out the arrows are not hunting-style arrows. They're intended to act like a gunshot and travel through the animal and create the most damage possible. So someone's doing this to legitimately hurt them, not necessarily
for game,
kill them and eat them.
That's insane. Like our story from I think it was a couple weeks ago, like people spray painting tortoises. Like what the fuck is wrong with these people that they have to hurt animals? Like these narcissistic fucking sociopaths that probably dissect fucking birds in their backyard and shit, like
pull wings off flies.
You know what I'm saying? Like fucking sitting there with a magnifying glass over the goddamn ants. Well, actually I did that.
Oh my god, it's funny because when you were little they made it so normal. They would always show a little kid with a magnifying glass and an ant. But now you realize that little bastard was grown up to be a serial killer.
That's right. I was one of them kids.
Well, I think we should keep an eye on you.
I think it's too late for me.
Yeah. Nobody likes you, I'm kidding.
That's right.
Okay, so the next story. A woman lost half of her face in 1999, but now doctors have finally given her reason to remove her mask. So when Chrissy Selt, she was having a spring break party at her house in March of 1999, and she had a bunch of people over. Someone shot her in the face at point blank range.
Wow.
Her boyfriend actually found her. He stumbled upon her, William O'Brien. And it was actually just a few minutes after she was shot, and she was able to be rushed to the hospital. Surgeons saved her, but she was, like, severely disfigured.
Yeah, she was missing her nose and both her eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So basically that whole front area was completely gone. It was like a hole in her face.
Yeah, they had to put her in a drug-induced coma. They were able to save her. She did end up with some brain damage, but they didn't know the extent until she woke up. After 6 weeks, she regained consciousness and began the long road to her recovery. Let's see.
Well, she also fast forward.
Yeah, that's something.
She met a blind guy. She ended up, I believe they're married now, and they have a daughter. So the nurses and the doctors actually donated their time to do this.
Yeah, it does say, it did mention they did get married and they do have a child. I guess I would probably have married a black guy too. They had an instant connection, and now 7 years later, their relationship is stronger than ever. They have traveled a lot, different places, and even a child who is named Jeffrey. I think it's a girl. I mean, a boy.
Boy,
you said a girl.
Yeah. That's funny. So
despite all the challenges, she's maintained a positive outlook on life, and her attitude has helped make some amazing progress. Let's see, fast forward. Where's this face at? Okay, so in 2010, after 11 years of wearing a black sleeping mask, a team of doctors were able to create a prosthetic face. So they didn't actually give her, like, new eyes or anything, right?
No.
I'm going to let you take over crazy news.
Okay. So, basically, with that being said, so they created a prosthetic, okay? And basically it's just a nose and, like, 2 fake eyes. And it doesn't really match the rest of her face, though.
It does, so it's off. Do they have a picture of what it looks like? Maybe we can show the viewers.
I don't have one to show, but I can post it on our Facebook or something later. But let's just say she looks creepy as shit, man.
I bet. I hate to
she
say
does. The reason why they did that and why they donated all their time like that is to, like, so her baby could recognize a face, see her face, which is great. And not to sound too much like a douchebag, though, I don't know, that shit's creepy as fuck. Like, if I saw her, like, walking down the street, I would be terrified.
And it's unfortunate, you think science would be advanced.
Enough to, like, blend the skin in or something. Like,
do that work.
It's like a different color and everything. I guess they took a photo of her before the accident, and that's how they kind of tried to figure it out. I mean, I'm not going to lie, her face was fucked up before they did the surgery, I really don't know which is worse, the hole or the fucking prosthetic, though. It's pretty terrifying.
I know, and it's gonna be like scary, for the kid.
I
hate to say that. I don't want to be like a
not
jerk.
to be all like weird and like creepy about it, but I wonder if her boyfriend's ever fucked her hole.
Oh my god.
Like, oh yeah, baby, you got a 4th one. Oh my god.
No.
Oh my god. So there's actually a superintendent who was defecating in the high school football field. Hello, Ashley. Are you going to finish crazy news for us?
Sure. Okay. Shut this door.
Yeah.
Oh, Tokar's afraid. Should be afraid.
Go to the...
Where? What am I doing?
I don't even see it.
Okay.
Well, actually, we're going to talk about that. Yeah, we got that.
Yeah, that's
Do the last one, the wild sex party.
Wild sex parties. Woohoo. Okay.
What about the one defecating?
I'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Yeah, you can talk about that. Okay. Wild sex parties in upscale Colorado community upsetting the neighbors. Well, I wouldn't be that upset. I'd be like, can I join? Anyways.
What the fuck?
What? I didn't say that. Whatever. Sex parties hosted in one of Colorado's nicest communities are angering neighbors who say it's time to take action. Residents in Avery Way and Castle Rock say organized sex parties at one home are causing parking problems and noise, but they are most concerned with the sexual nature of the events and any exposure to children. So, like, this one line here says it shows 400 guests were invited with 87 people, including 35 couples saying a yes RSVP. That's a lot of fucking people.
Crazy.
Oh my god.
Looks like they know how to have a good time. Holy crap.
The invitation references the Thunderstorm Play Palace and boasts a 7,500 square foot dwelling with every amenity, including alcohol, food, complete with a vegetarian menu. They think of everyone.
Yeah, they cater to everyone.
And chocolate fountain. I'd be there. That's all it takes. Chocolate fountain. Okay, I'm good.
I'll just go there for the food.
Like, hey, thanks guys. I gotta go. I can't do all the sex stuff, but I can be here for the food real quick.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, this is pretty. It's pretty.
So it's just a sex house.
It's basically just a sex house. They say I watched the video. There's a clip. I watched it and it said the guy who I guess hosts them. He'd rather not like have his like identity shown, but he was saying like there's like curtains and stuff drawn. Like you can't see inside. Like people can't. Like kids, if they were coming by, can't see it. Of course, you can hear it, but. You know, other people are like, we can hear noises, you know what I'm saying? I hear lots of noises, but, you know, there's nothing to be seen. I understand the parking's an issue, especially if, like, you know, like how we lived on Netflix Street, you know?
Yeah.
If there was, like, a random sex house, that would have been annoying as hell.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, I understand, you know, people not particularly wanting, like, a sex house in their neighborhood. I'd understand, to a certain extent. But I'd come for the food if I were invited. Like, hey, but it says, yeah, because he says here, there are no open areas you can see outside to have the children or anyone see what they don't want to. He said he also installed soundproofing in the home with close attention paid to the basement windows. Oh, close attention. Yeah,
because that's where they have all their...
That's where the good stuff happens, apparently. Wow. That's right, Tokar. That's right. You can hear people doing what they're doing, one resident said. This is the end of it. The Castle Rock Police Department said...
What about weed?
I don't know.
It's California.
Doesn't mention it.
I mean,
Colorado.
Who knows? You got to cater to the weed, too.
It might not be mentioned, but it could be in there. Yeah, I'm sure it's in there.
I'm sure there's some sort of
some kind of drugs, yeah.
All of the drugs.
All the drugs. All of them. All of the drugs. It says the Castle Rock Police Department said it is working...
Tokar.
What?
Yes.
You know you're on camera, right?
Oh, hi.
Said it is,
I didn't know with your yawning and not looking at the camera.
Said it is working with the neighborhood HOA and city officials to investigate the issue, but the party organizer is not breaking the law because he's only taking donations and the events are contained to the privacy of his home. He ain't doing shit wrong.
Well, I mean, people if it's all consent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not forcing, like, it's not like, you know, it's like some slavery type shit or anything. Sex slaves and they don't want to do it. You know.
Hey, you should call Jay.
Yeah, call Jay.
Call Jay.
This is his turn now.
That's right. Jay, by the way, he's not with us today.
He's not with us. He's not dead.
He's not dead, but he's not with us. He has a severe herpes outbreak.
Oh my God,
now.
no! Don't say that shit. He's gonna hear this. Be so fucking mad at you.
I know. He's gonna be like, "Fuck you, dude."
Fuck you.
No, he's actually at work.
Yeah, he's working.
He's at work. He has another job besides this, which is shocking. Oh shit! It's Jay. Let's do this real quick.
That was the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he on the line?
Hello?
Hello? Hey guys.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, man? How you guys doing?
We're doing good, man. It's time to do your segment, Playing with Balls.
Just play with them balls over the phone.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I am in beautiful Pennsylvania.
Ah, shit.
Huh?
We were just reacting to where you are.
We are in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania? Isn't that the capital?
I don't know, man.
I wouldn't know, motherfucker. I wouldn't know. Maybe.
So what's going on in sports this week?
What's going on?
Okay, so I got some stuff for you guys. A couple of my stories. One of them on sports this week is actually going to be for the NBA. And it's pretty much, we have the playoffs coming. I don't know if you guys seen the Cavs playing.
Oh, yeah.
This
LeBron's
is
been
more
a
of a
beast.
story I want to tell you guys while I'm here. It's about sports. So, like, everyone here seems to think that the Cavs are going to get beat by the Toronto Raptors.
Yeah.
So this guy was kind of, you know, trolling me. And the Cavs the other night, the first game they go up, LeBron James is a beast, like always.
That's right.
And we go up 1-0. Well, the other night, the Raptors are playing the Cavs. And both these games, by the way, are in Toronto.
That's right.
And, yeah, so the other night, this guy's like, the Cavs are up by 12 in, like, the third quarter. And I'm just like, the Cavs are going to win, man. They have no answer. Toronto has no answer for LeBron James. And this guy's like, nope, we're going to lose. There's no way it's going back to Cleveland with them up 2-0. I'm like, watch, man. And LeBron was just unstoppable. And we end up beating them
by like 20 points. Something like that.
18 points,
18,
yeah. So, I mean, I think the Cavs are looking pretty good. They're doing their thing. So, anyways, a story that I want to talk about. In the first game of the series, did you guys hear that the NBA reportedly issued a warning to Drake after he was involved in a verbal altercation with Cleveland Cavaliers center Kendrick Perkins?
Yeah.
During Game 1. Did you hear about that?
I did hear about that.
Damn.
I don't know exactly what was exchanged. Maybe it was their phone numbers. I don't know, because, you know, like, Drake kind of seems like that type of dude. But anyway.
Yeah, well, yeah, right? Yeah, Drake likes to troll people.
Yeah.
So anyways, what happens is, I guess Drake called Kendrick Perkins the P word.
Oh.
Damn.
I hate that word.
What word is that?
You know,
why you gotta say
I'm playing.
Fuck you. Never doing this again.
Anyways, Kendrick Perkins is a dude you don't want to kick off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, apparently the Toronto Raptors and the league has issued warnings to Drake to pretty much just not say anything to the players. So, I mean, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But another story I have for you guys is from the NFL, and this is a pretty good story. The New York Times published a report this week concerning a trip to Costa Rica taken by the Washington cheerleaders in 2013.
Yeah.
It included in the story are allegations that the cheerleaders had their passports taken away upon arrival in the country, and that male sponsors and FedEx Field suit holders were invited to observe a photo shoot that included them topless. Also, they had to, the team, they made the cheerleaders go on dates with them at, like, escorts.
Wow.
Tough fuck.
And then, what team was this?
I'm sorry, what?
What team was this?
Washington Redskins.
Well,
yeah, and the problem with this is, these ladies have husbands, and cheerleaders, and this isn't, being a cheerleader is not a career. They only get paid like $150 a game.
Really? That's it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
That's crazy.
So cheerleading is not something you do for, you know, a career. It's something you do for fun on
the side.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the side. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So. We have that, and you know, right now baseball's still going on. Indians are doing pretty good, but it's not really much to talk about baseball in the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
It's a long season, but
I
as
think
far
they just won their last game like 7-2, I believe.
Yes, they did. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They beat Toronto Blue Jays the other day. Put a whooping on them.
Yeah, while we were kicking the Raptors' ass, they were kicking the Blue Jays' ass.
The Blue Jays' ass, yes, exactly. So it's good to be a Cleveland sports fan. The Cleveland Browns football camp has started, so we will have more on the NFL next week, more stories. So I'm excited about that.
All right, man.
Yeah, so I'm in PA. It's sunny. I'll be back home and next week, and You guys have a great show.
All right, thanks for that update, Jay.
Thanks, Jay.
Not a problem, buddy.
All right, get back to work.
Yeah.
Stop, Stop playing with balls and get back.
Hey, that's what I'm gonna start doing with this show. I'm gonna make you and Tokar escorts.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. Hey, I'll booty shake some.
There you go. Make that booty clap, Jay.
Some lady said some lady was actually riding her scooter, and I'm like, hey, can I get on that? And she's like, oh heck no, you got too much booty.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
That's hilarious.
So, all right, guys, have a great show, and I will see you later.
All right, thank you.
Bye, Jay.
All right, bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh man, that was Jay Val. So I wanted to go back into the story I brought up earlier about the superintendent. So
really likes
this is New Jersey, okay? Now we had the serial pooper.
What about the marathon pooper?
That too, you know. Well, here's another pooper. So New Jersey superintendent defecated a high school football field on a daily basis. Cops say.
That's gross.
Basically, Thomas Tramalini, 42, was charged with lewdness, littering, and defecating in public. Littering? Is that because he's shitting on a lawn?
Probably, because there's like literal shit.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
The Kenilworth School's superintendent was arrested after surveillance video caught him in the act at Homedale High School football field.
What was his reasoning for all this? I don't understand that.
I don't know what his reasoning was.
Fuck this school. I'm gonna shit on your field. Like, was that it? I hate this job.
Jeez, and he makes $147,000 a year.
Man, I wouldn't have fucking fucked that shit out.
Being the superintendent of Kenilworth Schools.
Like shit. Don't fuck that. What was wrong with you?
Like, what the fuck is wrong with him? But yeah,
what kind of shit were you doing to do that?
Tokar, what kind of shit is that? Come on,
that
guy.
Was shitty.
Come on, Thomas. You know this is really Thomas, not this Thomas. It shows this guy's picture, but it's really him. It's really epical for doing that shit.
Did you frame him, Epic?
He just really he framed him.
Did you frame him?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I framed him.
Yeah.
I framed his ass.
Yeah, the name is no coincidence. It's him.
I said, fuck the school system.
I'm gonna shit on your field.
Shit on him.
Every day.
Look
at him. He looks evil.
Every single day.
He looks angry.
Every single day I traveled to New Jersey. And
every single day. You were dedicated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Mm-hmm. All right, we're going to take a break. When we get back, I'm going to talk about how I wanted to become a vampire.
Oh, yeah.
So keep it locked right here.
Yeah, we talk.
So much pressure. Gotta overcome it. Streets crazy.
There's trouble living my life. As soon as you get it, you see them hate it ain't right. Man, them streets are deadly. No one think you're ready. Man, them streets are deadly. No one think you're ready. It's trouble living my life. As soon as you get it, you see them hate it ain't right. Man, them streets are deadly. No one think you're ready. Man, them streets are deadly. No one think you're ready. So much pressure, system trying to do us. They throw us in cages, they just try and lose us. I just tell them focus and pick up them tools, bruh. Educate yourself and then watch how they choose ya. We got plenty issues that money won't solve. soon as you get it, you see him hate it, ain't right. Man, them streets are deadly. No, don't think you're ready. Man, them streets are deadly. No, don't think you're ready. Think you're ready. It's trouble living my life. As soon as you get it, you see him hate it, ain't right. Man, them streets are deadly. No, don't think you're ready. Man, them streets are deadly. No, don't think you're ready. Think you're ready.
Yes, sir. In my life, I suffer for days, minimum wage, so I had to get it to remember what pays. Hustlenomics, broke-itis, just like it's a plague. So caught up in the system, I forgot to pay attention. Eyes woke before prison, my eyes closed. Drunk driving, swerving, now I'm on the right road. To success, call Cali, tell them we the best. Call Nike victory, victory every step. All my songs so fire, I had to sign myself. Skip a record deal, I had to make a meal. Feed the family for real, KOBK. In the streets is killing, be killed. Only met the few, only met the few. That's truly the drill. It's all about respect. Life could throw the chopper on my neck. So if I make it in just to cash a check, I know that it's a blessing. Divine mind bless.
There's trouble living my life. As soon as you get it, you see him hate it, ain't right. Man, them streets are deadly. No, don't think you're ready. Man, them streets are deadly. No, don't think you're ready. Think you're ready. It's trouble living my life. As soon as you get it, you see him hate it, ain't right. Man, them streets are deadly. No, don't think you're ready. Man, them streets are deadly. No, don't think you're ready. Think you're ready.
All right, welcome back, everyone.
What's up?
You.
Who you?
This is how we do.
All day.
Every day.
Every day.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. What the fuck is wrong with you?
He didn't know what else to say. He was like, well, fuck. Everyone
Right.
covered everything else.
So, me and the wife were talking about this the other day.
Yeah.
I don't know. We have some random conversations.
No, you start a lot of these random
Uh,
fucking weird ass
But I was talking about how I wanted to become a vampire, dude.
Oh my god, that's so
Yeah.
silly.
Because you know what? I like the taste of blood, dude.
Ain't nothing but the devil. Yeah.
I like the taste of blood. Anytime I prick my finger or whatever, I like.
Oh yeah.
And I was thinking, like, if there was a vampire out there, like, dude, he would have a field day with me, dude. Like, he would have a field day with how delicious my blood would be.
You're so weird. You're so fucking weird.
I have, like, the most delicious blood ever, dude.
At least that you know of.
What makes your blood so delicious?
I don't know. Maybe it's the level of McDonald's and
And alcohol.
saturated fats.
Saturated fats and deliciousness. Like that.
I don't know, dude.
To suck your blood.
Yeah, this
So-
was a weird conversation.
So I was wondering, like, am I the only one? Am I the only
Anybody
one?
out
Like,
there who thinks they should be a vampire? Anybody? You don't have to comment or call in.
I mean,
just,
I'm a night person.
you know.
I hate mornings. I hate sunlight.
He hates everything.
Yep. And I like blood.
I like
even
blood.
like when I order my burgers and shit at restaurants, they ask pink or no pink. Which is a weird question, by the way.
I like the medium rare too. But I hope I'm not a vampire.
Tokar might be a vampire too.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
dun,
shit, Tokar.
dun, dun.
What are you doing, Tokar?
Finding a sound effects.
Suspense sound effects.
Yeah, finding
okay,
it. I know, I
gotcha.
knew. That's surprise.
Was that happy birthday?
Yeah, surprise! I'm a vampire.
Oh my god.
That's how he tells
Would you want to
everybody.
become a vampire, Tokar?
Not really, no.
No, me either. I have kids. My kids sleep at night. I wouldn't be able to spend any time with them. Unless, like, I closed and blocked off all the sunlight.
What if you had
during
like
the
a
day.
dry spout and then you're like, damn, these kids look good as fuck?
No.
Not in like a sexual.
No,
predator
obviously
way.
not. But no. Like,
I
that's
just nibble
terrible.
on them.
No, I'm not going to nibble on my kids. Fuck up. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
You know the
just
story
always-
of a vampire? It started in Transylvania. Like the mountains somewhere in, like, I guess now it's called Romania, the country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was a British journalist that went there to meet some guy, Brant, and that's where they got the concept of Dracula from.
Well, actually, it was from to correct you, Tokar is from Vlad the Impaler.
Yeah, I was trying to think of his name.
Yeah, Vlad the Impaler. That wasn't. It wasn't from a journalist either. I actually read this history.
Yeah, because you want to be a vampire.
Exactly.
You know a lot about it. You got to follow up on your people.
So exactly, and basically, it was just a rumor started with this guy. He was a horrible guy. He used to impale people, obviously.
Medieval stuff. They had like a lot of torture.
But I mean, at one point he had, I want to say it was like 5,000 or 6,000 people impaled in front of his castle. Yeah, he was a monster.
That's gonna be you in the future.
So they created all these stories around him that he drank blood, that he, it came out. That's where a lot of the vampire superstitions came from. And then once the story traveled to America, we Americanized it and added all these other fun things.
Americanized
and we gave him funny accents. Ooh, I want to suck your blood.
Yeah.
And that's how you're going to...
whenever I see, like, people dressed up like Dracula and shit, like, I always pictured, like, them saying, I want to suck your dick.
Oh my
I don't know why. I don't know.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh my god, okay.
That's why you want to be a vampire.
But you know
you
what?
Want to suck dick.
No. But listen.
You're blaming Jay. You're accusing Jay of wanting to suck dick. No, you want to suck dick.
No, but
no.
You know what? I think the female vampires are super sexy with their fangs.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
You're just trying to make a cover up for that sucking dick, You just want. No, I'm not gay. I want to know. No. I ain't gay. There's nothing wrong with being gay. Tommy.
I didn't say there was anything wrong.
Hey, I'm just saying, but you're like
gay.
trying to cover it up real fast, like.
I'm not trying to cover up shit. I don't know what you're
getting
talking
just
about.
as defensive as Jay is right now. It's kind of funny.
I'm not getting defensive.
It's interesting. It's an interesting time right now.
I'm not getting defensive. I don't have any problem with gay people. I'm just not gay.
Oh yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't care if you say I suck dick. I
you suck dick. That's right, because you do. You want to.
I don't, motherfucker.
You want to. Not that you do now.
Maybe on weekends.
Maybe on weekends. We're on the weekend right now. So
that's right.
Maybe later today.
Tokar, get over here. No, I'm joking.
Come on, Tokar.
All right, and on that note, Tokar.
On that note, it's your turn, Tokar.
It's your turn. Okay.
That was really short.
No, it's there.
Why?
Yeah, we were doing the remix of this.
Yeah.
The remix. Okay.
So, Tokar.
Got some questions for you today.
Got some questions.
I gotta prep myself up.
All right. Get ready.
I got like 8 million pages here.
Is this gonna be like interrogation questions?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Like, what did you do with the file?
What's wrong
I plead the fifth.
I don't have any fucking clue.
I don't know. Why does grape flavor smell the way it does, but actual grapes don't smell or taste anything like it?
Because the grape flavor is made in the lab.
Oh, okay.
Somewhere in Cleveland, Ohio.
In Cleveland, Ohio. Next.
Yeah. Okay. So, does Satan have a last name? That was forever.
You had to think about it.
No, actually, Satan doesn't even have a name. Does it even mention Satan in the Bible?
Do they? I don't know.
I don't know, honestly.
I don't think they do. To be honest with you, I don't even.
I'm not sure. Anyone who knows, let us know.
The official name, I don't think it's there.
I wouldn't know because I have not read the Bible.
I haven't read the Bible in a long time, so see, Goldie would probably know, maybe.
If anyone knows, comment.
Yeah, let us know.
Tell me
Tell
I'm
us
wrong.
something.
Why are the little styrofoam pieces called peanuts?
Yeah, why are they called peanuts? That's a good question.
Satan does have a name. It's Lucifer, I guess.
See,
but that's not his last name.
Well, I don't know if he has a full name. Satan, Lucifer.
Well, if you watch the show Lucifer, it's Lucifer Morningstar, but I don't know.
We don't know if that's accurate.
That
could just be something.
Yeah, that they made up.
Okay, but anyways, why are those little styrofoam pieces called peanuts? Why?
Because they look like little nice peanuts you want to eat.
I never wanted to eat any.
That's funny.
Why do people tip cows?
Yeah, why do fucking people gotta knock cows over? What the hell?
Because people are retarded.
That makes sense.
Makes sense.
Thank you, Tokar.
I mean, they want to shoot arrows through deer
And I heard that that's a
tortoises.
Myth. That's a myth about cow tipping.
Like
How is that a
I
myth?
always wondered, do people do that? Like, why would people do that?
It's not a myth.
They
It's
die
true.
too. Like some people actually die from it. The cow gets on top of them and they can't.
Yeah,
jump.
because they accidents. Well, that's what you deserve if you go try and tip a goddamn cow.
That's right.
Just saying. Go ahead.
Who really let the dogs out?
Who really let the dogs out?
I'm sorry, I'm turning into Goldie right now.
The neighbor.
The neighbor. Damn it! I knew it.
Fucking neighbor. Can you get cornered in a round room?
Yes, but you just keep on going forever. It doesn't stop.
If things are fine and dandy, what does the word dandy mean?
Dandy, like, fantastic.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Fine and fantastic.
That's just fine and fantastic. I made that up.
Okay.
If you ate pasta, then anti-pasta, would you still be hungry?
No, because I'm a man of culture and I know what it means. Pasto is the correct term, and it means meal. Ante means before, so it means before your main dish.
Ooh. Tokar's getting all sophisticated up in here.
Man of culture.
That's right.
Shit.
Hey, make sure when Facebook dating launches, you look up Tokar.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go.
He's
I'm not
cultured as fuck.
I won't take you to a bad coffee house.
Yeah, he'll
That's
take you to a good coffee house.
With some anti-pasta.
Yeah.
The real anti-pasta.
Yeah.
What was the best thing before sliced bread?
The whole bread.
The whole bread.
And then some genius like, I'm just gonna cut it.
And then it's like, oh my god, this is amazing.
way better than before.
That's right.
It's just like little pieces, perfect.
Could a fly without wings be called a walk? Good question.
No, he's still a fly. Because he
Just a fly without wings.
His wings just broke.
He'll glide around places.
He's a bullet with fly wings.
Okay.
Who copyrighted the copyright symbol?
I really don't know. But it's copyright and you'll get fined and go to jail if you...
Well, I don't think the copyright symbol is actually copywritten.
You don't think so? I don't know.
I don't think so.
I have no idea.
Because if that was... I think that's a symbol once you actually register your work with the Library of Congress. That is a symbol that solidifies that. So that is you're given permission through the Library of Congress to use that.
Gotcha. I want to say all these
Interesting fact.
questions were amazing because I found them.
Yeah, I didn't know the copyright one.
Yeah.
I stumped you. Fuck yeah.
I knew that being an artist because I had to submit stuff to the Library of Congress.
What about the Caitlyn Jenner question?
What Caitlyn Jenner?
We asked it earlier before.
I don't know. I wasn't here for that.
Oh, if you got if a man gets a sex change to a woman and a woman gets a sex change to a man and they get together, are they still gay?
Yes.
That would have been my answer. Yes.
But they just did a little switcheroo.
Right, they just swapped, you know.
a little switcheroo.
Switcheroo.
Well, wouldn't that make them straight again, though?
I mean, you'd think so because technically he's a dude, he's a chick, and then she's a dude. So
yeah.
I mean, technically they just reversed roles. Basically,
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, I'm the chick now, and you're the dude now because we got."
I'm the man of the house now.
He's
You're
like,
no longer
"Damn
the
it."
man.
Yeah.
You gotta support. You have to support me now.
Damn it!
Ain't gonna work like that no more.
Damn it!
Well, that is the show. Make sure that you follow us on
you did.
Twitter and Facebook at Epic Music Radio, Instagram Epicness216, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also follow Kev Campbell at the Unsigned Musicians Network.
Yeah.
We will see you guys next week, and make sure that you make life epic. Goodbye, everyone.
Dear Mr. President, there are too many states now. Please eliminate greed. I am not a crackpot.
Oh, wow, that was terrible.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Go!
That's my only real motivation, is not to be hassled. That and the fear of losing my job, but you know, Bob, it'll only make someone work just hard enough not to get fired.
And I'm sorry, we're out of time. Bye.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Please leave this office.
Do we get any sort of souvenir?
Get out of my office!
Oh my God, it feels so good. Oh yeah. Oh, slow down. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Who's your daddy?
That's all, folks.